from identification, formulation, planning, appraisal, implementation, management, and review and evaluation of programs and projects. And her special area of expertise is in the fields of natural resources management, environmental governance, as well as CSO capacity development and cross-cutting objectives. And without further ado, I will give the mic to Christina and Vera, and we can start the workshop. Welcome.
Thank you, Jenni, and good morning, everybody. My name is Vera Pensala. Great to be here. So, really great morning to Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Let me start sharing my screen so we can start the outcome harvesting workshop. Just a moment. There it goes. And let's put the slideshow on. You will get all the training material in Miro in the work space where we work today, so you don't need to make that many notes, and you can focus on the training. So we are going to work today with the evaluation method called outcome harvesting today and tomorrow. So what is outcome harvesting? The key question here is what has changed? It is an evaluation approach, and it focuses and starts with the changes that have actually occurred compared to the other methods where we very often start with the predefined goals. Outcome harvesting asks 3 questions. What has changed? For whom and how the change has occurred? And what has been your role? What did your intervention, for example, a project, do in creating the change? Outcome harvesting is not very difficult method or tool at all. And you will see it's pretty nice and easy to use. And already this slide here tells you the most important, the essentials, the 3 questions. It's very useful, this tool, in the complex contexts where the changes are influenced by multiple factors, where the changes are complex, where you might not know what kind of changes are expected. And the changes can be expected or they can be unexpected. There are 5 steps in outcome harvesting. Today, we are going to focus in number 2, the step number 2, harvesting outcomes. That's maybe the most important step here also, how to harvest the outcomes, how to write the outcome statements. But if you will use this method in your own projects, for example, if you will use it as the main tool in your evaluation, there are also other steps, of course, not only the second one. So first you have to design the harvest. Who will harvest? Will it be you, or will you have some consultants, somebody to help you? From who you are going to harvest the outcomes, how you will do it. Will you do it online as we are doing today, or will you meet people in person? So of course you have to design the harvest. The number 2, harvesting outcomes. This is what we are going to do today. Third one is not always needed. It's only if you use it as a big tool, main approach, the substantiation. And it means that you choose the most important outcomes that you start digging deeper. You take a third party to give more accuracy, to deepen the understanding, and to make it credible. So that's the substantiation. And then step number 4 is analysis and interpretation. So in this step, you will analyze what the change means, what are these outcomes, how can we interpret these against our project goals, or if you have certain evaluation questions, so do our outcomes give answers to the evaluation questions? And then the number 5, the 5th step, is the support use. So how can this data, how can these changes that we have harvested, how can they be used in design of your intervention further? And now we are already ready to go to harvest the outcomes. And let's start focusing on the step number 2, harvesting outcomes. First, we have to understand what an outcome is. How do we define an outcome? You might have a certain idea what it is. In some approaches, it is understood in a different way. So it's important that we understand what outcomes mean in this tool, in outcome harvesting. Okay, the first is maybe the one, the number A, the A here, that that tells you why this is a bit different now, the outcome here. So outcome is an observed change in a social actor's behavior. It means that it is a change that you can see with your own eyes. I think that's really nice thumb rule to remember what an outcome is or what it is not. It is something that you can really see concretely with your own eyes. There is some kind of a change that you can see. B, the change needs to be significant. It means that there should be some kind of impact with that change. And then C, the outcome needs to be influenced by your intervention. In your community, you might see lots of different kind of changes, but we are not interested in all kind of changes, only those that are influenced by your intervention, by your activities, by what you have done. Jenny mentioned that we carried out the evaluation this spring. I like to point a few good outcomes here just to make it more concrete for you. So for example, accelerated SDG implementation. That could be a very good outcome in outcome harvesting, that you can see the change with your eyes when you describe it a bit more, of course, what it means in practice. SDGs are integrated in the national plans. That is also something very concrete, also significant, like both of these changes here. CSO data is utilized and their recommendations are acted upon. Definitely also a really good outcome for outcome harvesting. Or civil society engaged in development planning processes, for example, also. But here also we can see maybe some outcomes that are not, they can be outcomes in many environments, but not maybe now here in the outcome harvesting. For example, here we see the authorities' increased understanding, knowledge and skills. This is very good the example that yes, it is a change, but can you see it? How can you see it with your own eyes if in somebody's head there is more knowledge or understanding? You might see the change when person is using this understanding or knowledge or skills, but it is not enough for us in outcome harvesting that somebody's understanding or knowledge awareness is raised. So please remember that one, because we've worked a lot with the outcome harvesting tool, and that is one of the maybe the main challenges to understand that it is not an outcome in outcome harvesting if there is increased understanding, knowledge or awareness. Okay, so let's start to see what do we do when we start harvesting the outcomes. We start writing the outcome statements. So there's an outcome we have identified and we need to write an outcome statement. And now we will learn how to do that one. An outcome statement has 3 elements. There is the outcome, and we will describe what the outcome is. There is the significance. We will describe what the significance is. And there is a contribution. What is the contribution? So the outcome is the change. So who has changed? What has changed? When did the change occur? And where did the change occur? That's the outcome description. Then we have the significance description. We have to tell, we have to describe why this change is important. The other external readers, they might not understand from the outcome itself, like, okay, why this is important. We have to describe that one. And then also the contribution. We need to show that this change has occurred because of you, because of your activities, because of your outputs in your project or intervention. So in the outcome harvesting, we collect outcome statements that have 3 elements: outcome description, significance description, and contribution. And now we are going to look at each of these 3 before start the exercises. So let's look at the outcome first, the outcome description. So whose behavior has been changed? What was the change? So what changed? When did it happen and where? An outcome description is a short narrative from 1 to 3 sentences. Maybe 1 sentence is too little, but not really more than 3. It's not a like huge narrative. It's not the story. It's more like a few sentences that you can see at one glance very fast that, okay, this is a change that has occurred. It will describe the significant change in a social actor. The outcome description starts with the date. When did the change occur? And then who was the actor who changed and where did it take place? Let's look at some concrete examples. And but one thing before, an outcome description is not what you did. That's the contribution part, what you did, lobbying or training or something. Outcome description is about who changed because of what you did. So this is important to understand. And now we will look at the outcome description here. So here you can see this is the outcome statement. It has the 3 elements here. It has the outcomes description element, significance, and contribution. Don't read the significance and contribution here. I will just show you them here, but we will look at the outcome description here now. So this is a very good length, like few sentences, and it tells us all the essential. In July 2018, the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection of Mongolia involved 13 organizations of persons with disabilities in the drafting of the chapter on persons with disabilities in the employment promotion law through a technical sub-working group. Here we can see this outcome description describes when did the change occur. So there is the month and the year. You can also put the exact date if you know it, but and at least there should be the year. Who changed? It is told here. Also, where did the change happen? And then also, what was the change? Okay, now we are outsiders. We don't really know if this change is significant, but we will see then in the significance description why this change is important. And that's why we need the significance. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to know and say that, yes, this was really, really good and important change. Okay, and then,
yes.
Good. Please, Christina.
Yes, and good morning from my side as well. Happy to be around to join in this presentation with Veera. So we are next moving to the second element of outcome description. It's about the significance. So why is the change important? And as per definition, a significant change is a new practice, a breakthrough from old habits, or perhaps a step towards or away from a long-term change. So in the significance description, when you are preparing the outcome statements, you will explain why the change is important, and you'll also add context information. This means that in the significance description, you will include information related to the situation prior to or before to the change. And you will also compare or relate the achieved change to the overall goals of the program. And this is really important because as we practitioners know, the question why is also the queen of questions. Without understanding the significance, it will not be easy to understand about the merit or strength of the outcome that you've identified. Next, please. And here we have an example building on the outcome description that Vera was just starting in her slides. So for the outcome identified in the context of Mongolia, the significance of the outcome is justified by the following. This drafting of the chapter on persons with disabilities is important because the implementation of the law will increase the level of integration of persons with disabilities into the labor market. Before, organizations of persons living with disabilities had not been directly involved in the legislation process of this law. Their involvement is crucial, however, so that their views can be included in the law as well. And previously, this is a further justification about significance. Previously, there was no dialogue between the ministry and with the organizations of persons living with disabilities. Next, please. Then moving on to the third element of an outcome description, it deals with contribution. And this is where the focus is on your role. This is on what you've done to assist in achieving the outcome. So in the contribution section, you will give a short description of the activities and outputs of your program that plausibly contributed to the change in the social actor. And it's good to keep in mind that your contribution can be partial, it can also be indirect, and it can also be unintentional. So when you are drafting your outcome statements, keep this in mind. It's some of the big changes have been achieved unintentionally, and it's good to keep them in mind. And in the contribution section, provide quantitative information about the activities. So for example, mention that a number of 4 meetings were held, or 6 researches conducted, or such and such activities were taking place. Next, please. Okay, so in this slide, please hang on. Kyrgyzstan. Vera, did we forget to reverse the slides? I think we were going to have the next one before this, the Mongolia example. Can you maybe jump down one slide? Okay, there is still another. All right, let's go back. Let's go back up then. Okay, so this is actually now a complete example of Kyrgyzstan. So let me read through the whole statement, starting from the description and moving on to significance, and then on to contribution. So outcome is described as follows. In May 2019, the Ministry of Labour and Social Development in Kyrgyzstan published a 2-year implementation plan for the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, with a special chapter about labour rights of people with disabilities that includes several actions that were proposed by Inspired Plus participants. I believe the Inspired Plus in here is somehow the initiative that was working on this. Now, the significance of this implementation plan is that the implementation plan represents an important step by the government of Kyrgyzstan towards implementing the UN Convention, which then must be translated into national policy and laws in order for it to become applicable in the entire country. Now, one of the local partners, known as CBI, their contribution is defined that the local partner undertook 3 lobby visits to the Ministry of Labour and Social Development between March and April 2017 to convince the ministry staff to take part in the dialogue process. The local partner CPI led the dialogue process that involved the Ministry of Labour and Social Development and others in developing the roadmap from August 2017 to October 2018. And during the dialogue meeting in September 2018, the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities was then discussed with the different parties and recommendations were formulated. So this gives you the chain of a complete outcome statement. First, giving the description of the outcome, then giving further information about its significance, and finally outlining that what was the contribution of the partner and giving quite a bit of details. This example gives you also an idea about the proper length of an outcome statement. Vera, next. Shall we? Yes, let me also read through this one. So this is another example about the complete statement, but this is focusing now on community level. The previous one was very much on a high up, on a national, on a policy level. So outcome description reads, in September 2013, parents of 10 children with cerebral palsy in Mukono and Bwikwe districts in Uganda send their children to mainstream schools for inclusive education. So why is this significant? It's because before, children with cerebral palsy were denied access to education, or these children were forcefully dumped in institutions by their parents. So now, by sending them to mainstream schools, they are getting the education they need, and they are also getting the opportunity to be accepted by their peers and be seen in the community. And the contribution comes from the actor SDG, which established 5 support groups for parents of children with cerebral palsy in Mukono and Bwikwe districts in 2012. CDG conducted awareness training to parents on cerebral palsy and on the right to education and rehabilitation. And these activities run from May 2012. No, sorry, there were two events. There was event in May 2012 and in January 2013. And over to you, Vera.
Thank you, Kristiina. And so we are almost ready to start outcome harvesting using the tool. it's not more complicated than this one. It's really easy, and that's why we actually like this tool, that we have a very clear guidance and instructions how to create a outcome statement, and then we just start harvesting the outcomes. And before we go to the first exercise, let's look at a few tips. Okay, some don'ts and do's. Use active verbs when you write the outcome statements. For example, there is an agreement that was signed, certain people were invited to a meeting, they participated in some actions, something was used, worked together, something was promoted, published. Don't use vague jargon like there is a greater awareness, empowered women. There is an idea in empowered women, for example, or greater awareness, that yes, but what is the change then if someone has been empowered or there is the increased awareness? Community ownership, yes, but what has the community done with this ownership? Reduced conflict, increased collaboration, and here are more of these examples that are too vague, too abstract, and not really good changes as such. Active participation, yes, participation is good, but participating in what? Or poverty alleviation, we need more accuracy. The second box on the right, not every output leads to an outcome. You have lots of activities, you have lots of outputs, though tangible little changes, but not all of those outputs lead to an outcome. Some of them do, some don't. And also outcomes take time to emerge, and they are not linear. What else? On the left bottom, no value statements that there is this important person or important CSO doing so important things, great things. No. We give no value statements. We only write about the observable facts. And then the last box here, the changes are not always just big intended changes, but they can be unintended and they can be minor. For example, we are not only looking at the changes where there's the change legislation or new strategy or something, but there can be some really significant changes in the community level. For example, there's a community who has gathered together and cleaned the whole village or whatever. So not only kind of the high level political changes, but also they can be minor ones and still very significant. When writing the outcome statements, no bullet points. Please write full sentences as you saw in the examples. And then please avoid abbreviations. First time when you use some words, you need to write them out and then put the abbreviation in the brackets, for example. And then after that, once it is opened, you can then use abbreviation in the same outcome statement. But otherwise, please don't just give some abbreviation that are not opened at all, because outsider, the external reader cannot really understand. And then please also avoid using too much jargon, because it is very important that for an outsider that the outcome statement is so understandable that someone who does not know the context, does not know your organization, your project, your topic, can still understand that, okay, this was the change, this is the significance, and this is a contribution. I have never seen two simple outcome statements. It's more often the quite opposite, that it is kind of too fancy text with the jargon abbreviations and even with Christina we worked so many years in this field and sometimes still we don't understand everything, not at all. So please try to make it really simple, good, plain text so that anybody can understand what you are writing. And then there is one more slide here. We are not going to go through this slide now because this is just a repetition, but still you can see that also the SMART applies here in the outcome harvesting, so that please harvest SMART outcomes. At this point, we will go to Miro now. I would love to hear your feedback now and your reflections, but you will give your feedback to your national facilitators and coordinators, and we'll get back to your questions and everything tomorrow. So unfortunately, we are not able to hear anything from you now, but we are continuing with Miro now. So let me see, how will I change? Yeah, like this. Okay, this is good. So I hope you have all received a direct link to Miro board. Miro is a working space. It's a program that is free. You can also buy some other more sophisticated versions, but if you but this is a free program anybody can use, and you can create, I think, 3 platforms or spaces free. So this is one here. So let's see what is. Let's take this one away. What do we have here? We will show you a little bit how the Miro works so that you are able to use it today. So what we have here is we have today's program here. If you zoom in and you click the program, you see the toolbar in...
Vera,
Yeah.
are you sharing your screen? We don't see anything.
Okay, good. Thank you that you mentioned, because
I see me. You were faster than I.
Yeah, okay. Good. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's
Yes.
somehow
Now you are
stopped.
sharing.
Yeah. It stopped the sharing somehow. Okay, so welcome back to Miro. And well, you heard my introduction to Miro. So let me now show how it works. With your mouse or keyboard, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, so that you will find your way where you need to go. Let me see if everybody's here, or is there somebody lost? Okay, there are a few people now, very much on the right. So if you zoom out, you will find where the others are. So I see that the Visiting Painter, Kenya Network, and also Trailblazer, Kimani, Jeffrey, you are somewhere too far right. So you need to come to left, or to zoom in, zoom out, try, you will find where we others are. This is also a nice tool where you can see like the others, we are active, we are working here. So this is kind of really interactive and nice tool. I know that it takes a bit time to get used to the tool and how to work with that one, so that you are not moving the different boxes, but I will be here today also to put them back in space, so that accidentally I see that there have been some parts removed, but don't worry. No worries. So what we have here under the title is the program. And how you see the second day program is that if you click the program, you will see the toolbar on the top, and then we can see that, okay, there is a page number 1, and then you can just with the arrow push the arrow button, and then you will see the second day. Okay, now I put back to the first. And then also same with the training material, you will find it here. If you click the training material, you will see there are 22 slides, and then you can just scroll and see what the material is about. And I'm pretty sure you can also download the training material, but we'll get back to that later. I think with on the top on the left, where we see the title of the Miro board, there are main menu with the 3 dots. There I think we can find some functions to download the material. But what we are going to do here in Miro, we are going to do the 2 exercises of this course. We have one exercise now, and then we have the second one that will start probably after the lunch. And I see that you are, is it more than 50 of you now here in the Miro board? So it looks really, really good. And if there is somebody who is not here, it's not a problem. As long as there is at least one in your group that is in Miro, because then you can work in Miro together. So I will now give floor to Christina, who will introduce the first exercise with you. And Christina, if there's something that I forgot to mention or tell about the Miro or something else, so just then please remind us. Thanks. Over to you, Christina.
Thanks, Veera. I think you've captured everything that's essential. So for the coming half an hour or so, you would now start, I guess, practicing both Miro and practicing on outcome descriptions on how to improve them. So the instructions are as follows. So you will be working locally under the leadership of the local facilitator. So they'll make sure you'll get properly organized. As the first step is there are beneath this description of the exercise, you will see names of countries and flags of countries. And we are understanding that there is a different number of participants attending in each venue, which is reflected in the number of boxes, ready-made tables expecting. So we are assuming that there will be 3 groups in Tanzania, there would be maybe 5 groups in Kenya, and perhaps 8 groups in Uganda. Now the contents of these boxes are all equal. They have precisely the same text. So once you are organized, so each get together, start working as a group, select one of the boxes that your group will be working on, then start working. Read the draft outcome descriptions. There are 3 examples of outcome descriptions on each of the tables. They are the same in every table and same across the country. So you are all working on the same example. And note that this is just the first element. These are only the outcome descriptions. There is nothing about the significance or contribution. Once you've read them, then discuss within your group about the outcome description and how could those be improved. Because actually there is something that is missing or something that is wrong in each of them. So your task is to identify what is missing or what's wrong and propose how to improve it. So make a note of what you found in the table and then be prepared to share in plenary. Due to some timetable issues, we won't be hearing from all of you. But after the group work, we would expect to get a presentation, at least one presentation per country, and then we can learn from your findings and see what is your analysis of these statements. So the time begins now. We are allocating 30 minutes for the discussion, for getting organized, for discussing and for completing the task. And once that time is through, then let us hear from the presentations. We've allocated about 15 minutes in total. So it's like maybe 5 minutes per country, and some feedback perhaps from our side, seeing how it goes. Veera, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Christina. So now when you will start working, you have 30 minutes, and then we'll get back to this main session so that we will be discussing together. So it means that it's 20 to 11 now, so about 10 past 11 we will be back. And now I hope that you have already been divided into groups, and now maybe it will be the national coordinators that will help the groups to choose what will be the working space, the table that each group will take. So, for example, Tanzania, who will be in group number 1, who will be in group number 2, because you are there physically present, and it's maybe easier for you then to see like how everybody will find their own group space. And what else? Maybe I will ask Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda to mute for half an hour the mic from our side, so that we can still discuss with Christina and Jenny from our side, and we are not disturbing you with our Finnish language, because we need to also discuss how to proceed with you. Does anyone have any questions now? Especially the national coordinators, so Linda, or is it Bridget for Kenya, or good luck from Tanzania? So is everything clear? We can proceed.
Yeah, from Uganda we are good.
Good, Linda. Good,
From
Linda.
Tanzania we are all good.
Wonderful, Tanzania. And how about Kenya?
I think Kenya, we are good. Right? We are good.
We hope that Kenya is also okay. So nice to hear somebody's voices. It is so bizarre just to train people without seeing them, without hearing anything. So it was great to hear Linda's voice, and also from Tanzania. So please, half an hour, and then we'll get back.
Yeah, and Veera, maybe
Yes.
one additional comment. Indeed, there are 2 sets of tables in the Miro, but for this exercise, please look at the left-hand section, which is beneath the description of this task. So the other set of tables you will be using in the afternoon. I'm just saying this because I see quite a few symbols looking at the task 2 tables, but right now it's under exercise 1. So there is a violet table template.
Good. Thank you, Christina. And maybe also one more thing from my side is that if you want to write in the table, you need to double click the table, and then you will be able to write in the table. Nobody else can then do any changes in the same table. Then once you're written, you have to go out of the table so that the others can go in. So if you double click somewhere, nobody else can do anything. So after you're done, please remember to go away from the table so that you will free the table also for the other group members, for example, if there will be somebody else also writing. Okay, so now it's 1:45, so I will give you 5 more minutes. So it will be then 11:15 when we will be back. Good, and thank you, and have a good working. No niin, hyvä. Ja kun mä luulen, että nyt kun ne rupeaa kuulemaan mun ääntä, niin sitten tajuu, että nyt kannattaa laittaa pois. Mä katson, miten mä lopetan nyt ton.
I'm James Mainki, the finance controller at Achievers. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Anyega from the Health NGOs Network, HENET. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see all of you. My name is Irene Golo, and I work with Cheshire Disability Services Kenya, having my colleague already introduced herself. Thank you.
Yeah, so my name is Samiha Ali. I also work with CAPMHK. It's a mental health organization. It's a coalition that addresses mental health issues in Kenya.
Okay. Thank you all and karibuni sana. So see if we only have 30 minutes for the group work. So you pick, maybe you can pick, can I say a group leader or secretary? I don't know whether they're still seeing us. Do you want to be seen or we tell them not to be seen? They don't want to be seen. Faraji, they don't want to be seen. They're asking whether they are being seen with the other, with Uganda, Finland, Tanzania. Okay. We can no longer be seen, so we can do whatever we want. Okay, so we quickly
looked like it.
Now, very good, very good.
Finally. Now I will go and just enlarge it a little bit, and then I will lock it so that it's not possible to do it anymore. Okay, Kenya.
All right. Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, I got hold of Kenya, so I think we'll be back soon.
Good. Thank you, Kenny.
And Uganda?
Okay, Kenya, can you hear us now? Are we unmuted?
Hi, Yenny.
Yes, we can hear you.
I think Kenya, we are back.
Richard? Kenya, can you hear us now?
Yes, we can hear you, Yenny. Can you hear us?
Yes, great.
Okay.
So everybody please exit the mirror board so that Vera can clear it up, and we'll get back to the plenary. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Yes. And once we get hold of Uganda as well, we would start the discussion and presentations. We would start with some introductions. Okay, Kenya is back. Okay, very good. Thanks, Florence. You are back online.
Linda, can you hear us, Linda? Please exit the mirror and come to the main session.
Yes, we can hear you. And we are stopping.
Okay, great. Welcome back, Linda. Thank you very much. We see that you've been very, very busy, but now, and you've produced a lot. But I think now it is time that you all exit the mirror boards. You'll stop working, and because time has come to start presenting and discussing. So if you would all exit the boards so that Vera can take a quick look and see if they need a little bit of tidying up. Thank you. This is now also holds true for Tanzania, so for Kenya as well, because I still see some activity. So please let your keyboards play. Now is time to revert to the talking mode, no longer to remain on the writing mode. So with this, let's begin presentations and discussion. And we've taken a look at what you are producing. There is plenty of good stuff. And we have about half an hour now before your lunch break. So I think we'll try to manage within the coming 30 minutes, if that's okay for you. And the way to make it smooth and interactive is that we would ask initially one group per country to present your findings on an outcome. And I think, but before getting there, we would also ask that the facilitators would take a little bit of time. You take the mic and share with us who are attending this workshop in your country. So discuss and introduce your participants, how many are there, with what type of organizations they present, and so forth. So, and it looks like we'd like to start with Uganda. So, Linda, over to you. Please first present the participants.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so we have participants from university. Okay.
Okay, now you went muted. There was an echo.
Is this okay?
It's okay, it's a little bit better. But I think you should ask everybody else to mute their computers so that we can only hear you. So Linda, are you there? Hello?
Speak again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
There is a lot of echo.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead, Linda.
Okay, so I was saying we have 40 participants in the room, and these are from different civil society organizations. We have young people, we have people also from the local government. We have people also from Is this okay? I'm hoping you can hear me. Is this okay?
There seems to be a continuous echo, but Linda, if you speak very slowly, then we can probably make out your words, even if they're being repeated.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, so I was saying we have close to 40 participants in the room. We have several of them from civil society organizations, and we have people from education institutions, and as well from local government. We also have some media people in the room as well.
Wow, that's lovely. You have such a big crowd, and that you're representing, having such a diverse participation. Excellent, Linda. I think we would like to hear from your group number 7 that was working on outcome statement 3, which was about the child link partner providing awareness to education stakeholders in certain country. So what was the findings of your group number 7 on this outcome statement? How do they think the description could be improved? Or maybe what is missing from it?
Okay, group number 7.
Group 7. Okay. Thank you, Linda. And I don't know what time is it, but it's good morning here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Kenneth Kitambula, and from Group 7, and I have my colleagues here. So on Group 7, we of course had 3 outcome description assignments, and in one where we talked about in February the male dialogue participants proactively decided to approach.
Kenneth,
I hope you can hear me.
Kenneth, sorry.
Yes.
Can you jump directly into outcome statement number 3, because we are taking this in a reverse order, And you had some
Okay, thank you.
interesting observations on statement number 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So number 3, of course, they mentioned the period, but what we identified as missing was the where this take place. Was it in a certain country? Was it in a certain community? So we found that a bit missing in this outcome description. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It makes perfect sense, Kenneth. Thank you so much. Did you identify any, because that's actually correct, the information about where this outcome was achieved is missing. Did you identify any other issues with the statement? Description. Sorry.
Like you mentioned in your previous presentation, that it's always for an outcome to be robust, it is always good to have some bit of numbers. I know at times we tend to try and be a bit of qualitative, but I think another element that we probably maybe didn't write here was the quantity element. So things like yes, the how many teachers were they, how many head teachers are we looking at, and how many school welfare officers. That is also another important element that we probably maybe didn't include, but we really find interesting. Over to you.
Okay, thanks. This is very nice. It's obvious you very closely listen to the presentation, but this detail that you referred to is actually more on the later in our examples. It's actually about maybe in the contributions. So let me lift the veil of secrecy here. Actually, the second element that needs improvement is the fact that this is talking already about contribution, and it should not be here in the outcome statement. So in an outcome statement, one should not write about a partner providing awareness, because that's later in the table. But it's exciting that you were able to identify the where issue, and I think with that we would thank the Ugandan team and we would move to Kenya. So Bridget, hello, how are you? Can you hear us?
Yes, Christina, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Excellent. So if you can please do the same thing as Linda, and first tell us who is there in the meeting, how many participants, and what type of organizations they are representing. Thank you.
Okay, so currently we have about 31 participants representing 21 organizations, and our organizations are working across the 17 SDG goals. So with thematic areas on youth engagements, climate change, partnerships, education, health, innovation. We have those on goal 8 and 9, 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Yeah, so they are cutting across all the 17 goals.
All right. Very exciting, and you also have a big group. That's so good to hear. So with your participants, we would like to discuss the draft outcome number 2, which was about the meeting. After the meeting of July 2011 in Kampala, the Ministry of Education and Sports has enhanced knowledge on early childhood developmental experiences. And perhaps your group number 2 could come forward and share their findings about how to improve the description.
Okay.
Just focusing on draft outcome number 2.
All right, group number 2.
Okay, so hi. Just speak.
Hello.
Hi, hello, my name is Veronica Wanjiru. I am from the SDG Academy for Children from Arigato International. So our 3 outcomes were, the first one was in February 2011, the male dialogue participants proactively decided to approach the security actors to find a solution to the increasing killings of Kambas in the city. Oh, statement number 2. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just statement number 2, please.
Okay, so after the meeting of July 2011 in Kampala,
Yes, correct.
a minute. Okay, so we found the second outcome after the meeting of July 2011 in Kampala. The Ministry of Education and Sport has enhanced knowledge on early childhood development experiences. So first of all, we found the outcome statement to be very vague because we do not know who the beneficiaries are. We know who this this project, but we do not know who the beneficiaries are. We also do not know how the education was enhanced, because they've just said has enhanced knowledge on early childhood development experiences. Yeah, so 1, it was very vague, so that could be improved upon. And then also 2, we found that it incorporated a lot of jargon. We don't know how this project was carried on. We don't know what exactly was being done. We just know early childhood development was being improved in terms of education, and also how are you measuring this outcome. Yeah, if you'd like to add anything I've missed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And wow, lovely. I think your findings are spot on. Beginning with your comment about a lot of jargon, indeed try and avoid as much of it, because it would not be understandable to people who are not so familiar with what you are doing. So trying to always write outcome statements in a way that even an outsider who knows nothing about all of your activities would understand what the change has been. And then you mentioned 2 other things, which are exactly as we had also thought of. So the first one is about the vagueness. It is not an outcome if knowledge is enhanced. It's not yet a change. It's an important step towards a change, but in itself, in outcome harvesting, it doesn't signal a change. And secondly, you were also identifying that there could be more information about who in the ministry actually changed. So these are the two improvements needed for outcome 2. So thank you, Kenya team. Thank you, Bridget. And last but definitely not least, let us move to Tanzania. Judith.
Yes, Christina.
Hello, Judith. Good to hear you. So can you present who is there, who is attending the workshop? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a number almost to 20 in the room, and we have heavily representation of youth-led organizations. Majority of them comes from youth-led organizations working on education, child protection, climate change, and police advocacy. So yeah, we do have the organizations that are working with youth as target groups, and organizations that are led by young people. That's the nature of participants from Tanzania.
All right. And let me quickly check something before we are so happy that you have such good turnout in each country, because this is an excellent opportunity for the partners to come together. Yes, and now we've allocated draft outcome number 1 for you to discuss. And I think now that you have had at least three groups working on it, let me invite group number 3 to present your findings on how could this outcome description number 1, which begins with in February 2011, how could that be improved? Over to you.
Thank you, Christina. So my name is Patricia Melita from Watoto Africa Initiative, and I'll present the group 3, statement number 1.
Yes, welcome.
Okay. So in February 2011, the male dialogue participants proactively decided on the approach to approach the security actors to find a solution to the increasing killings of Kambas. Okay, someone is blocking me. Visiting design, I can't see. He just blocked the area, so I can't read. Agnes. They're blocking.
Christina, somebody's blocking.
Yeah, somebody is blocked. Someone is on the
Yes,
box.
it's Agnes. Okay, she moved. Now she moved.
And the visiting designer.
And the visiting designer as well.
What's from this?
I don't know who that one is. Okay.
Go on.
I can't read.
You can't read the...
Yeah, killing of canvas. I can't just continue. No. Okay. Let me just. Okay. So I'll start again the outcome presented. In February 2011, the male dialogues participants proactively decided to approach the security actors to find a solution to the increasing killings of canvas in the city. The security actors agreed to hold this meeting. So from this outcome statement, what was missing was, it was not direct, so it didn't exactly say what was missing, so which city was this or what city was this. And also there are 2 different outcomes which were highlighted in this. So that the dialogue participants changing their behavior to approach the security actors could be a different outcome statement. And also the security actors changing their behavior by agreeing to meet could be another outcome statement as well. So the another factor which is missing is, did the killing stop? Like if it was an outcome, then we could have what changed. So did the killing stop or did the security patrol increase? So that's some of the things we pointed out which were missing from the outcome description.
Thank you very much. I think these findings are spot on. As we were presenting earlier, these outcomes should be specific. There should only be one outcome drafted, and then that one very same outcome then further analyzed in the process in the table. So thank you so much. In the interest of your approaching lunch, we are trying to wrap this session up fairly quickly. But before I move over to Vera, I would like to say thank you to all groups in all countries. Sorry we couldn't hear from all of you in this session, but maybe we can hear from you in the later sessions. Overall, it looks like your learning curve is very steep. We spotted already several very detailed, high quality findings when you were analyzing these draft outcomes by many groups in all the countries. And it also looks like you have excellent facilitation on site because you were able to achieve so much in such a little time. I think I'm just saying thank you, and I'm passing the baton over to Vera. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you all participants for the excellent work. And we also understood ourselves that during this first exercise, actually you also exercised how to use this tool, Miro. And we definitely understand that you had some difficulties and challenges. That's normal, that happens with everybody. And but it looks like you were able to tackle the challenges, you were able to find how to write in the the tables without really clear instructions. And I know that it happens so easily that you accidentally remove or just move place and table into another place. If you are able, just drag it back or something. But I try also, I try to be here also during the afternoon just to clean it when needed. In the further use, there is a toolbar on the left where you find ready template for any kind of brainstorming or stakeholder analysis or whatever. There are post-it notes. There are lots of different functions you can do with Miro, but it's good. We started with this one today. You were able to learn it a little bit, and you are free to learn more later. This looks very good what you've done in the first exercise, and then after the lunch, when we move to the second exercise, you are already masters in using Miro. So thank you for that. What I did here now is that if you look at the exercise instructions, the exercise number 1 instructions, I placed here the right answers for this exercise. So let me just bigger my screen a little bit. So very fast, for the first outcome description, the main problem was that there were 2 outcomes here. There should be only 1. Okay, there might have been some other things too, but this is the main thing we wanted you to find. For the second outcome description, to enhance knowledge is not an outcome yet. As we learned, it's not enhancing, increasing knowledge or skills or awareness. It is not an outcome yet. There should be something coming out of that increased knowledge. And also the who, personal persons in the ministry, it is missing here. So just the ministry. So who in the ministry or persons are needed here. And then the third example here of outcome description, the contribution part is here. So what the partner did should not be here in the outcome description. It should be later in the significance. In contribution description. I will correct this one later. So very often what we see is that the people put everything in the outcome description, also the contribution or the significance, but no. In the outcome description, we only tell when did the change take place, where did it take place, what changed, and then who changed. That's everything. And then in the second part, the significance descriptions, as we have learned today, we tell about why the change is important. And then there is the contribution part. In the contribution description, describe what the contribution was, but what was your role in making it happen. So just for those who didn't have time to finalize their exercise, you can really see what were the right answers. And in addition, you also found other stuff. So that was really, really good. It's about 12 o'clock. There will be a lunch break for an hour now. Maybe I will give the floor to Jenny now if you need to check like if everybody is ready for lunch, etc. Because how we have planned it is so that at 1 o'clock you have all eaten your lunches, and then we would go to the next session number 2, and we will give you the instructions for the second exercise, and then you would have time to work with the second exercise after the lunch during the whole afternoon, so that there will be a small tea coffee break, and then in the end of the day there will be the reflections and wrap up. So maybe, I don't know, Jenny, if you would like to check what's the situation. And also with Kristina, we need to know, should we be back at 1 o'clock or what do we do? Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Without repeating what Vera has said, just please let us know, all the national facilitators. Maybe you can just write in the chat so we don't have to struggle with the echoes. So if your lunch catering is ready, and if you are ready at 1. Is that all good with everybody? So we know when Vera and Christina will be back.
In Uganda, lunch will be ready at 1 p.m.
Okay. What about others?
Tanzania the same at 1.
Okay. And Kenya?
Kenya, there's no lunch.
Okay, Jenny, can you hear us?
Yes, I just heard Kenya has no lunch.
No, Kenya, I think lunch will be ready also at 1 p.m.
Okay. It's good that everyone has that 1 hour delay. So, so then we just do you need a short break to do some energizers and use the bathrooms and all that? So maybe what about having a 15 minutes break now and then we'll get back.
That sounds
okay.
great, Jenny.
Yes, that's okay
Good.
on our end as well.
Okay, see you 1:15 then.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.
There is echo again. So if you can fix it, it would be nice.
Sorry, what did you say?
There's an echo. So now it's better. Yes, now it works. So
Yes.
good. Welcome all back. And we have 45 minutes before you have your lunch breaks. So what we will do is that we will give you the instructions for the second exercise so that you are able to start with the second exercise already, if you like. So for the afternoon, we are going to practice to write the real outcome statements with all three elements, with the outcome description, significance, and contribution. And how we learn to use the outcome harvesting tool is to train how to write the outcome statements. And how we will do it is that you will all, within your groups, you will all be writing outcome statements. And then during today, we don't do anything else, but between today and tomorrow, with Christina, we will go through all your outcome statements. We will comment them so that tomorrow you can correct them, because that's how you learn. You learn by doing, you learn by writing the outcome statements, and you need to get feedback so you know what works, what does not work, what is missing, what to be elaborated. So tomorrow you will be working with the same outcome statements so that you're able to correct them, because then all of you will have so many great examples of the outcome statements for your further use. It means that we will keep this Miro platform open for you with this link after this course. So if you are going to use the outcome harvesting, you can always visit this Miro board and go and see these beautiful many outcome statements that you are producing during this course. So that you are writing the outcome statements, but then you will get feedback on them and you will be able to rewrite them, and so that they are ready and good. And then you will have nice set of examples, what are outcomes, what are not outcomes, and how they are written, so that we have the significance and contribution there also, and all the elements in place and the details in place. So let me give you the instructions now for the for today's second exercise. Slots here under the flags, group number 1, group number 2, so you need to choose again free place for each group where you start working. And in your group, discuss about the projects, about...
Vera, sorry, are you going to share in the Zoom as well? It's not showing.
Yes, I am. Good, thank you,
Now it's there, thanks.
Yes, okay. So instructions, continue working with the same group. Number 2, in your group, please discuss about the projects or interventions you have been involved and what changes have taken place in them. So discuss together in the groups, give examples about the outcomes you think you can identify, and then together in your group, please choose one outcome and write an outcome statement about it. It doesn't matter if the others don't know that outcome, because then they can ask, okay, where did it take place? When did it take place? Why it is important? So the others can help the one who knows the outcome to find all the necessary information. And then one of you will then fill the outcome harvesting sheet and answer the questions. quality. So what we have done here for each group, we have now pasted 2 templates. So, but it's just enough to come up with one outcome statement. But maybe one group is so fast so that you would have enough activity for the whole afternoon, then you may proceed and just come up with another outcome description. But don't really come up with the 10 or so we don't need. So I would say, or we would say maximum 2, at least 1, maximum 2. Let's see, how does the outcome harvesting sheet look like? So the 3 elements are here. The first one is the outcome description that we have already practiced a little bit. So here you will answer who changed, what changed, when changed, and where changed. Significance, why is this change important? There's also another section here, how important is the change, bold 1. So this is also a nice consideration that, okay, the change is important, but still is it low, medium or high? So it will give the reader a bit more information about the significance of the change, but no need to write anything, just the bold ones. So whether it's low, medium or high. Contribution, please write here, how did you or your project contribute to this change? And again, please remember that not more than about 3 sentences is needed here when you describe the outcome, significance or contribution. Then we have 2 more columns here. We have the nature of the change. This gives a bit additional information. Maybe sometimes it's not needed or so, but this is kind of the basic template, and very often this is asked. Was this change intended or unintended? And again, you just need to bold 1, whether it was intended or unintended. And it means that whether you were expecting the change to happen, maybe you have a project and you have set certain goals, certain objectives. So was the change about that objectives, or was it so that you didn't predict the change at all and it was something really unintended, unexpected? Then it would be here, you would bold here the unintended word. And then we have here the confidence level. So what degree of confidence can you place in this finding? Bold 1, low, medium, high. And this means that how sure you are that the change really took place. So if it's the change in the legislation, you can be pretty sure if you have seen this legislation, if the community ground has been cleaned up, you have seen it with your own eyes. Yes, you are very confident the change has taken place. But if it's something like there is the increased participation of the CSOs in your country in certain process, you might consider that, is it really so, or is it just in our bubble we have discussed that yes, there's a lot of increased participation. So you need to consider here that how confident you are that the change has really taken place, or is it low, medium or high. So that's what it is. And then later, if you were to do the other steps in outcome harvesting, you could in the substantiation part, you could look at the confident part and try to find the third parties, the independent parties, to give you more accuracy and also validate the change. And then there is, in the outcome harvesting sheet, there's also the bottom 1 question more, what evidence there is or concrete example to support this change. It means that if you have produced, for example, something, you could give here the link for the material so that the reader could easily see it. Aha, okay, this has taken place. Or if there's something else that you can tell that, okay, it was this strategy of the local governments or whatever. So it would be you could add it here. So this is how the outcome harvesting sheet looks like. And maybe already at this point, I would say that this is one tool, this whole outcome harvesting, that you're free to use it as you like. So for example, in this outcome harvesting sheet, if you see that we don't need the last column, the confidence level, or we don't need the last question about the concrete support evidence, so you can just leave it out. So you are free to use this tool as it works for you. And to refresh your memory, how to write these elements here, you may go back to the slides and see what we were talking in the training slides, or I have also posted here the guiding questions when harvesting, so this could also help you. For the 3 elements, so first there is in the blue box the outcome description. So in which actor have you been able to observe the change that was influenced by your organization or program? Please name this person, group or institution and describe it in max 3 sentences what this actor did that was new or different. Be as specific as possible about when this happened and where. So again, just repeating and refreshing your memory that, okay, this is needed in the outcome description. And then in the significance, briefly explain why the outcome is important, contextualize the outcomes so that the reader who does not have country and topical expertise will be able to appreciate why this outcome is significant. And then thirdly, the contribution. Describe how your program or activity contributed to the change. How do you know that this change was a result? Partially or totally, directly or indirectly, intentionally or not of the activities of your program. Please be concise. Describe in a few sentences what was done by whom and when and where as specifically as possible. So just a few tips then when working. And all you groups, you will have your national facilitators with you from Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda who are experts already in outcome harvesting, so they are able to help you also to identify if you have challenges in identifying, like, would this be an outcome or not. I'm sure that Judith or Linda or Bridget and others, they can help you to say that, yeah, it's good, please elaborate that one or so. So please, we will be offline with Christina for the afternoon. So you have your national coordinators with you helping you, but we will be here, anyway, so that I will be cleaning a little bit if there are any challenges in the mirror, and then if there would be some questions also from the national coordinators about anything, so you're able to reach us. So that is good. Maybe at this point we will ask, like, are there any questions now how to proceed? Because what we think is that you might want to start with the exercise, then have lunch, and then continue. Or if you have some other activities you want to do before lunch, you may also start with this one after the lunch. So I think it's up to you how you what you would like to do. Maybe we will, because it's so nice to hear from your sides also. So maybe we will ask shortly that Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. You may tell if everything is clear and what are your plans now. And maybe I can ask.
Tanzania?
Yes, please, Judith.
Yes, we are all clear, and for us, we'll start working on it from now as we wait for lunch, and then after lunch as well. Proceed.
Thank you, Judith. Sounds great. And with Christina, we are planning to come back to the final wrap up of today, so we can also see how you have been able to work in the afternoon. So Tanzania is good. How about Uganda?
Yeah, Uganda, we're also starting now, and we'll break for lunch and complete later. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Linda. And how about Richard from Kenya?
I think we'll also do the same, continue working until lunch hour 1, then continue after lunch until the end of the day.
Good. So everything is clear. So thank you from our part. Christina, is there anything you'd like to add? Please go ahead.
Maybe just about the thing that towards the end of the day, before the reflections and wrap-up session, there was also idea that national facilitators would collect questions that we would be addressing tomorrow morning. Did you mention that already? Yeah, just that, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Christina. So any groups, participants, if you have any questions you'd like to ask from us, there will be your national coordinators collecting the questions, but also feedback, anything, so that we are able to go them through to tomorrow. So that was a very good addition. Jenny, is there something you'd like to add still before we let the groups to start working?
Nothing much. I think if you can quickly scroll back to the program. So we just reconfirm how do we proceed. So now I don't think I will make changes in this one, or I can make them in the Google Drive and you can paste the new program here if you wish. But we are just like half an hour different from the program. So we break at 1. Now you work for half an hour. And then I think with the coffee break, all the countries can do as they wish, what is best for you. So as long as we are all back 3:30 for the reflections and wrap up, I think from here on it's up to you how you organize the catering and the rhythm in each of the countries. So I hope you're all happy with this program.
Thank you, Jenny. Looks good.
Good. Okay, so from the Finnish side, we'll see you 3:30. And we'll be reading I'll be at least reading the chat and you can reach us. Thank you. Good. And good lunch. Have a good group work.
Cheers. Happy working.